In 2011, the world was captivated by a song, a haunting melody that told a story of love, heartbreak, and two sides to every breakup. It became the soundtrack to our lives, a global phenomenon that topped charts in over 25 countries. But what if the story didn't end when the music faded? From Visionary Pictures, the studio that brought you Yesterday's Melody and Echoes of a Duet, comes the untold story behind the biggest song of a generation. He was a musical genius, a multi-instrumentalist from Australia, searching for the perfect sound. Wouter Wally de Backer, known to the world as Gotye. He poured his heart into his music, crafting a breakup anthem that was raw, honest, and painfully real. The song was almost finished, but it was missing something. A voice, a perspective. It needed her. She was a rising star from New Zealand, a powerhouse vocalist with a style all her own, Kimbra Johnson. When the call came, she couldn't say no. The track was magnetic, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. She flew to Melbourne, stepped into the booth, and magic happened. Their voices intertwined, a perfect, bittersweet harmony. The song exploded. Somebody That I Used to Know wasn't just a hit. It was a cultural reset. Suddenly, Gotye and Kimbra were everywhere. On every radio station, every television screen, accepting awards on the world's biggest stages. From the ARIA Awards to the Grammys, they were the golden duo, inseparable in the public eye. Fans saw the chemistry, the way they looked at each other during performances, the undeniable spark in their interviews. The world wanted to believe the story in the song was their story, that this heart-wrenching duet was born from a real-life romance. But behind the sold-out shows and the blinding camera flashes, a different story was unfolding. The lines began to blur. Was the connection they shared just for the stage? Or was the art imitating a life they were only just beginning to discover? The long flights, the shared green rooms, the quiet moments away from the screaming crowds. A bond was forming, deeper than just professional respect. They were two people from opposite sides of the world, thrown together by fate and a 4-minute song. They understood each other in a way no one else could. They were living the same surreal dream, navigating the dizzying heights of sudden, immense fame. In the eye of the storm, they found an anchor in each other, a quiet understanding, a shared glance that said more than words ever could. But the music industry is a relentless machine. The pressure mounted. The world wanted more. More songs, more tours, more of the Gotye and Kimbra story. But he was an artist who retreated from the spotlight, an introvert overwhelmed by the very fame he had created. And she was a dynamic force, ready to carve out her own unique path, eager to prove she was more than just the girl in Gotye's song. Their paths, once so perfectly aligned, began to diverge. The harmony started to fray. The very thing that brought them together, the music, was now pulling them apart. He wanted to disappear, to go back to being just a guy in a home studio. She was ready to take on the world. How do you hold on to someone who wants to let go? How do you build a future when you're both looking in different directions? This fall, discover the love, the loss, and the music that defined an era. Was their love story just a beautiful illusion? Or was it the most real thing in a world of make-believe? Sometimes the most beautiful songs are the hardest to live. Starring Joseph Gordon-Levitt as Gotye and Zoe Kravitz as Kimbra. Just a person? The story you thought you knew. The song you'll never forget. Coming to theaters this November.